increase in the national minimum wage meant that it has a and in a tough economic environment, fixed income earners are feeling it, especially those who are barely earning minimum wages. Yeah, an increase, another increase of $1,000 is going to come into effect next week. So if you are on minimum wages, you will now move from 16,000 to $17,000 per 40-hour work week, effective July 1. Here was the Labour Minister speaking in the Parliament yesterday.
I move that this Honourable House affirm the following increases, which are to become effective on July 1, 2026. Firstly, the national minimum wage is to be increased from 16,000 to 17,000 per 40-hour work week. This means that A, single time rate standard pay, this is your basic hourly pay for a regular work week, is to be increased from $400 per hour to $425 per hour for work done by the worker during any period not exceeding 40 hours in any week.
Minister Charles reminded the Parliament and the country that since the JLP took office in 2016, it has moved the minimum wage from just over $6,000 per 40-hour work week to the current level of $16,000. He's also urging employers who can pay more to do so.
This increase in minimum wage represents a reaffirmation of this government's commitment to Jamaican workers. It acknowledges the invaluable contributions of those who care for our children, support our households, protect our properties, and help to drive economic activity across our country. Let me also say this. The minimum wage is a floor, not a ceiling. And as we have done before, I again call on all employers, especially those who can afford to do more, to invest in your workforce. Go beyond the minimum where circumstances permit you to do so. Let us move, Mr. Speaker, colleagues, from compliance to genuine appreciation.
The Minister of Labour and Social Security, Pernell Charles Jr. He was speaking in the House of Representatives yesterday. Another bit of news out of, not the Parliament this time. There's a new president of the JTA. She is a lecturer and training placement officer at the Jamaica University College. Her name is Dr. Maureen Mullings Nelson. She defeated Dr. Darian Henry to be the next president-elect of the Jamaica Teachers Association. Dr. Maureen Mullings Nelson polled 6,967 votes, defeating the principal of Montego Bay Community College, Dr. Darian Henry, former journalist, now educator. Dr. Henry received 3,947 votes. The JTA says a total of 11,275 ballots were cast in the election, held from June 15 to 19. Yeah? So Dr. Maureen Mullings Nelson is the new president-elect of the Jamaica Teachers Association. Yeah? She is to be formally installed at the JTA's 62nd annual conference set for August 17 to 19 in Trelawney. Yeah? And I'm rattling through this morning because the time is short. Yeah? The tourism minister, Edmund Bartlett, also made the news yesterday, saying that Jamaica is now transitioning away from its long-standing tourism growth strategy to pursue what he describes as a bolder, more ambitious program. And he has dubbed that program Tourism 3.0 or 3.0. Mr. Bartlett says the sector's old 5x5x5 growth agenda, which drove arrivals, earnings, rooms, and jobs, is no longer adequate given the country's ambition.
3.0 is not a slogan, Madam Speaker. It is a new development architecture for Jamaica. It begins with a powerful recognition. Tourism is no longer only about hotels, airport, cruise piers, beaches, attractions, and arrival. Tourism is an economy. It is a place where agriculture, manufacturing, logistics, culture, entertainment, health, wellness, technology, transport, finance, security, and community enterprises connect with the global visitor. The future we pursue, therefore, is not merely a larger tourism sector. It is a stronger Jamaican economy. That is the central proposition of Tourism 3.0.
Edmund Bartlett, the Minister of Tourism. And according to Mr. Bartlett, the veteran tourism minister, he's been in the job for more than a decade now. He says the approach is guided by a 10 by 10 by 10 growth program designed to multiply tourism success across 10 strategic pillars. According to Mr. Bartlett, the new approach will focus on deeper local integration, fairer opportunities, and real equity for everyday Jamaicans. Because, there's a big issue in tourism, How much of every dollar the industry earns stays in Jamaica? Yeah? It's a huge issue. Most of the earnings generated by tourism ends up outside of Jamaica. Yeah? He says the goal is to move more of the value of the industry into Jamaican hands, direct more local produce into hotel kitchens, offer more Jamaican-made goods in guest rooms, and include more Jamaican entrepreneurs in the value chain.
The final pillar is a modern tourism governance and tourism authority, so that Tourism 3.0 cannot be delivered through outdated systems. We cannot ask the sector to move faster if our institutions move slowly. We cannot ask the investor to trust the future if the rules are unclear. We cannot ask the communities to believe in tourism if the benefits are not visible. And so, Madam Speaker, we intend to repeal the current Tourism Act, the one which we brought before. We have removed that.
So they are going to make significant changes in terms of the regulation and organization of the industry through the creation of what Mr. Bartlett says is the Tourism Authority. And this will allow the Tourist Board to direct more of its focus in the area of marketing.
Because the JTB Act is narrow in terms of its application, being structured then for merely advertising promotion. The expansion of the product did not happen during the time when the act was drafted. So the need for a more specialized area of operation within the ministry that focuses on standards, quality control, and also licensing. That becomes a one-stop shop, and it removes the responsibility from the JTB, which allow them now to focus on marketing.
The minister says to adapt quickly to changes in the global tourism marketplace. Let's see.
Today, we're looking at 35,000 rooms and a large number of villas, and also a new phenomenon called the shared economy, commonly referred to as Airbnb. We are seeing also the expansion of the ground transportation subsector. And then the whole issue of the supply chain of tourism, which is now huge and powerful. We can do more and should do more. So what we need is to create a regulatory and legislative framework that will absorb all of these and to be able to ensure that the continued growth of what is now a tourism economy is made to be a reality.
Ed Bartlett, the tourism minister. It's time for the break. After the break,